Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden here on this kind of gloomy Sunday afternoon where you just want to get a cup of tea and relax and paint and draw and dream about the garden. I am just so happy to be here in my home, Catherine's home and garden, where I can see that the garden is reflected in my home. Well, this month that's coming up is Black History Month, and I am just amazed at the expression of both feelings, both cultures that really dominate in my home, and that of the English style cottage garden feel, but also of my African roots and my West Indian heritage, which influence my food and my cooking and also my art. You can see behind me, I have a painting of my garden, and it's usually around this time that I get very sentimental and I start to draw and paint and reflect and think about the garden and what it means to me. Within different parts of the home, I have painting and artwork which depict the garden and provide that element of bringing the outside in. I love the flowers, I love the decor, and it just helps me to remember, especially during this time, that spring is on its way. But also in my different rooms, I can also see the cottage feel and the flow. In my study, I have tulips painted here with an almost, I think, Italian or English style, which reflects how I feel about the garden. I can see Monet with the water lilies, and know that my garden has that cottage feel as well. Or at least I wish it would. I want it to have it. And then in the living room and the other areas throughout the house, there are ideas of what the garden represents to me. and also my culture, my African roots as well in the mixed media artwork. Now, in this artwork that I created here, it is a mixed media art with African print fabric that the butterflies are made of, as well as the idea of the garden with these, I would say, zinnias and cottage feel, with the beautiful butterflies made of African print fabric in the garden. So I see the merging of the two cultures coming together to create a beautiful piece or idea of who I am, and how it is reflected in my garden and in my home. It is almost like a spiritual nature, as if the ancestors are calling me in to think about nature and think about my roots. And I was given this beautiful cup here of this woman who, to me, reflects how I am feeling right now, and her natural beauty and grace, and that it is in a cup, a mug, where, in the West Indies, we would create what is called bush tea. If you're feeling sick or have any kind of aches and pains, my mother, she would go into her yard and she would get a soursop leaf and some fever grass or lemongrass, and she would mix it up and create a tea that would be healing and healing to the body. And she is so adorable. She is my inspiration. I was able also to get this new kettle to add to my home decor. I think they both look so good together. And it is inspiring me to realize that my tea garden, my herbal tea garden, is my garden, and I need to make it special and unique to my urban city experience and to my Black heritage. And so I don't have those herbs because she's, of course, in the West Indies. At the time, that's where she was getting the bush from. But here in America, in the United States, we have our own herbs of mint and spearmint and thyme and all of the other herbs which we can use to create a tea that can be healing to the body. And so I kind of feel that there is a blending in my garden of my English roots, because in the West Indies, the English, they're the ones who colonized a lot of the different islands, and the island that my parents are from is still under English or British rule, and is still a territory of the British. So I'm thinking about that is probably why I have this attraction to the old English style gardens and to that way. And then also within my heritage is the Irish as well, and they have beautiful gardens and beautiful meadows and prairie lands in Ireland with the green. Yes. So with the combination of my African roots and heritage and my English and Irish roots, you can see a blend, and that, without me even thinking about it, is reflected in my artwork here, where you can see the flowers, but yet also there is the butterflies, which are made from African print fabric, bringing together my cultures, who I am, and the beauty of this time. So I celebrate my African roots. I celebrate a Black history in the garden, the medicines and the different rituals, but then I also celebrate the full me with the teas and the elegance and the beauty. And I am just excited about this, that this can be all within my my home. Yes. And I love this. I love this beautiful cup because it reminds me of my special heritage. And now with my special kettle just for tea drinking, or what I would call herbal tea drinking, where I can place different ingredients in the kettle and make a real strong brew. I could put different ingredients in the kettle and make a really strong brew of tea. I think she is my inspiration. I know she's my inspiration. As I am going to just relax on this Sunday afternoon and create my tea garden. And then I am adding to it my own style, my own joy with the candles, and of course with the lemons and the oranges. Here in the Northeast, we need a lot of that. That we need to bring about a warmth and a comfort. So I am here in the Northeast, but yet I can bring in a touch of my ancestry and also the touch of my roots here in this cold northern part of the United States of America, and yet celebrate where I am and who I am. I'm excited about this time. So I'm also going to be just looking at the garden and just having a little fun here with my art supplies. This opportunity to design the garden, or even just get a feel for what the garden might look like for 2021, is making me extremely happy. And what came recently in the mail is the White Flower Farm catalog, which is really inspirational because they provide these little vignettes of garden and what the garden could possibly look like. I don't have watercolor, at least I can't find my watercolor paints, but I do have some colored pencils and also some crayons. So I'm going to spend this cold January, or last day in January, day to actually draw and enjoy the garden. So I want you to just relax with me. I think I'm even going to make a cup of tea and start to think about and draw out my tea garden as I look at my paintings here, which remind me of the garden and inspire me to create and to plant beautiful flowers. And as the week progresses, I'm going to continue to show you more and to design more and allow the creative feelings to flow for this month of February as we consider our garden and our home and what makes me me and what makes my garden a special place for me to discover who I am through the garden, through the joy of the garden. And let the spirit of the ancestors rise, hallelujah, hallelujah, to bring me the joy that I need as I continue even expressing who I am and the fullness of who I am in the garden and also in my home. Of the English way of doing things, I also celebrate my African experience. And I know that both cultures blending together create something totally beautiful that is reflected in the garden. And I find that my artwork also demonstrates and depicts that as well. Because we're all one. I truly believe that we are all one and that we should celebrate one another. That's why I celebrate all of me. Yes. And so leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. So if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. And how are you able to emerge all of the culture and who you are into your garden and into your home? How is it expressed? Do you have different plants and artifacts? Do you have certain things that you have put together to produce or to design your experience, your culture? How do you celebrate? That's the question. How do you celebrate your culture? And do you celebrate it in the garden and in your garden experience? And if so, just leave a comment. Do you have different artifacts that you use? And do you see it in your cooking and in your designing of your home and other things? Do you see the expression of your culture and who you are being manifested in your house without you even knowing it? And you know, when I was designing this painting here, I wanted to bring in part of who my African roots and also utilize the fabric to display who I am as far as being of African descent. But also, I wanted the beauty of the cottage garden, the feeling of flowers and the feeling of abundance too, of that part of who I am as well. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And I just want to continue just to be me and be fully, be the full expression of who I am, and let that be reflected in my garden as well as in my art and in everything in my home, everything that I do. So, as I said, if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Share a comment down below. And if you are of African American descent or of Black descent or part of the Black race, how are you celebrating Black History Month? What are you going to do special? And even if you're not, how are you going to recognize and value the Black experience in the United States of America? Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to filling out this art paper with designs of the garden and what I'm thinking and feeling in the garden. So I look forward to that, and you'll see them popping up in the next couple of days. I'll be sharing my experience. Well, have a good day. Thank you so much for watching Catherine's Garden. See you next time right here. Yes, Catherine's Garden and Home. Bye. Because we're all one. I truly believe that we are all one and that we should celebrate one another. That's why I celebrate all of me. Yes, and so leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.